Initially, I got into hair extensions for the money, and I stayed because I was obsessed with the change that I was able to give my client. What's up, guys? Welcome to Brand Talk with Rachel and Drew. I want to do this episode on my own today because I want to have a real honest conversation with you guys about quality. So I've been in the extension world for a very long time. I've worked with lots of brands. I have taken a ton of classes. I've flown all over the place to not only attend classes, but, take classes. And I want to just have an honest, stylist to stylist, salon owner conversation about quality. And I'm going to focus mostly on hair extensions today because I feel like that is where I see the biggest gap in quality. Yet people are kind of presenting things that they're the same, and they're really not. So you don't know what you don't know, right? And I also, especially in the beginning phases of my extension career and journey, I did not know that the brand, I thought oh, this is the most popular brand, and honestly, guys, thinking back to when the extension game really first started for me, it was probably 2018. My life had just changed. I was a single widow mom, and I was like, okay, I need to get really serious about my income. I went from 2 incomes to 1 income. I went from obviously having a partner in life and and raising our children to being a one-woman show. And that was really, really hard. And I had to, initially I got into hair extensions for the money, and I stayed because I was obsessed with the change that I was able to give my client and the feeling that I felt whenever I was able to give that person that transformation. I think if you're listening to this or watching this, exactly what I'm talking about. That first install that you're not obviously sweating your way through, you feel really good about it. You feel like you really made a difference for that person. That first install that goes like that, it's like you just opened the door to Narnia. You're just like, wow, I freaking love this. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. And at the time, the class that I took way back when in 2018 was a Hair by Chrissy class. And that was right when, Instagram and people talking about extensions was becoming a thing. And I remember I flew out to Vegas and I was so excited. I was so excited to take this class, and it was a huge class. Oh my gosh, it was massive. I was so excited to go. I was so excited to see her do hair and all the things. And I remember, yes, it was very impressive. There was a ton of people there. There was obviously a lot of, influencers there, and it was Instagram, and everyone was all dressed up pretty and had cute, hair and little scarves in their hair and all the things. And I remember, at the class, I was like, okay, I'm going to take this class, and I've got a client literally in 2 days in my chair. I'm going to learn this today, and I'm going to do it on her in 2 days, and I'm going to crush it. Right. So that was the thought. And I realized when I was in class, number one, I couldn't see shit. They had 3 girls on 1 mannequin. There was no TV. There was no camera, no up close shot of the actual technique. It was a lot of hype and excitement about who was there and what was there, but you really couldn't see anything. And obviously, as a visual learner, as we all are, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to just I don't have all the tools that I need and skills that I need to go do this in a few days. I definitely didn't expect to be pro level status leaving this class by any means, because I was learning sew and extensions for the very first time. And the only extension experience I had prior to 2018 was a little some hotheads tape, shit that I had experimented with, and some eye tips. So, that was the extent of my knowledge at that time. And I remember leaving the class and I was like, wait, there's no hair for sale here? There's not a single, nothing for sale, nothing. I was like, oh my gosh, I have this client in 2 days. What am I going to do? How am I supposed to get good quality hair? I can't get this shipped to me by then. There's no storefront for me to walk into to go get this hair. And I've got this client in 2 days. And unfortunately, guys, I literally had to go to Sally's, and I had to go buy hair from Sally's, which is so embarrassing, in order to be able to do this install on my client 2 days later. And obviously, that product was a pretty crappy product, but it was a model, it was discounted. I explained the situation to her. I'm like, hey, your next appointment, I'm going to swap this out. We'll put really good quality hair in. I didn't want to have to reschedule you, etc. But I left the class with more questions than I had when I went in. I didn't have the confidence to go do the skill. I also didn't have any knowledge, or there was no information provided to me about quality of hair and why that hairline that they were using, which at the time I believe was probably Bombshell, was better than other brands, right? There was no theory on product or anything. So it was purely just technique and like the, razzle dazzle of like these influencer people and all this crap in Vegas. So what I want to go through today with you guys is I want to teach you about quality. And, maybe you know a thing or two about quality, or maybe you don't. But there is a significant difference in quality from A-level hair to B grade to C grade. I believe there's even lower grades than that, truthfully. But today I'm going to walk you through C-level quality. I'm going to walk you through A-level quality hair. And I have two different colors pulled. They're supposed to be similar, but they're obviously very different. And as far as the texture is concerned, and if you guys are just listening to this, I would highly recommend you guys watching this full video on our YouTube channel so that you can visually see what I'm talking about here. But I've got two different examples on the table. I've got an 18, I've got a 22 here of the same color, which is going to be your A-level quality hair. And then over here, I've got this ratty mess. I've got what is supposed to be an 18 that has pretty much shrunk down to like a 16. And in some places, it's even closer to like a 15, 14. So I want to go through this with you guys. This product here is hand-tied. This product over here is a Genius Weft. And obviously back in the day in 2018, when I, hand-tied was the thing, Genius Wefts did not exist. You had hand-tied. Hand-tied was all the rage, right? Like that is what everybody wanted. Also, machine-tied hair was on the scene at that time, had been on the scene, but hand-tied was like the latest, greatest thing. And a lot of people, including our clients, all thought, right, that hand-tied was a technique, just like you guys think that balayage, is a look. It's actually not a look. It's a technique. It means to sweep. And so, that's where the whole paintbrush, hand-painted thing came into play. But because clients, yes, are on our Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're online, and they follow these influencers and they follow these, kind of people in the industry that are, exciting and do a lot of influencer hair and stuff like that. They know a little bit more into the product or the technique side than they ever have before because of social media. So this product here, which I'm going to show you guys, this is actually, I believe this was a 2 maintenance row that I actually used to wear in my hair, believe it or not. And what's insane, guys, is how fucking frizzy this entire thing is. It is so frizzy. And I am not kidding, guys. Like this literally was washed with Balm On shampoo and conditioner and a mask and blow dried with an oil, and it still looks like shit. And I love Balm On. Okay. I love all the products, but not even that amazing product is going to make a difference on this type of quality hair. Okay. So it's important that when you guys are talking about quality, you're explaining this to your client. I want you guys to know it is not just about, it's not extensions and extensions. So this is a weft and this is a weft. This is a 4 of 8. This is a 4 of 8. No, like we are discussing very different levels of things. I'm talking like if you had a, if you had a Lamborghini and you had a Toyota Corolla, okay? Very different experience. Are they both a car? Yes. Can you drive them both? Yes. Can you fill them both with gas? Yes. But are you going to have a different experience in one than the other? Absolutely. Are you going to be viewed by others differently in one versus the other? Absolutely. Is one going to cost more? You bet your ass it will. So same thing goes with hair extensions. Okay. Now, not as huge of a gap of pricing, but what's interesting, guys, is that this product here actually costs more than this product here, which is insane to me. And it's because, and think about our whole industry. Our whole industry is composed of perceived value based on price. Okay. So Like in my salons, okay, and I'm behind the chair 1 day a week if I feel like it, want to, etc. I charge $250 for a haircut. It's my time. That's what I need to make for that hour if I'm going to do that. Can I make more doing something else? Yes, for sure. But that is what I'm willing to give 45 minutes-ish of my time away for, is $250. And the perspective of everyone in my community is like, oh my gosh, she must have like the greatest haircut. Because why? Because it's $250. I actually think that there are probably people in my community that have a better haircut in the sense of maybe precision, or they're gonna, like there's people nearby that are like super good at like shortcuts and all these other things. Like, I am a very visual person. Yes, my haircut's going to be even. Yes, it's going to last you a long time. Yes, it's going to flow really well. You're going to have a great time in my chair. I'm going to educate you on the products that you're going to be using. And, you're going to have a hair that moves, right? You're going to have like that Victoria's Secret hair. That's the kind of hair I do. If somebody came in and they wanted a short pixie, I'm not your girl. I could do it, but I would probably refer you to somebody else, because you're going to likely get more precision and more longevity out of that cut over there than you would with me over here. So I've niched down on what I do, number one. Number two, the perceived value though is that, oh my gosh, like she gives an amazing haircut, which I do. But there are other girls in my salon that can give a great haircut as well for half that. Okay. But, are they both the same quality? Yes. Is the experience the same? Yes. Do I have a client that just wants me to do it because maybe they want to pay more? Maybe they want just me to do it. Maybe they want to talk to me. Maybe they want to, we don't just talk about celebrity stuff. Like, we talk about like real life shit and business. Like, maybe that is like part of the value over there for them. But that's the same experience, the same result for the most part, different price point. Okay. So when it comes to hair extensions though, this is not the same result as this. Okay. It's just not. This product here, you're going to have issues with. It's going to take you longer to style. You're going to have to use more product. You're going to have more trims. You're going to have to use more heat, which further just deteriorates the product anyway. You've got a hand-tied weft, right? Which has return hair. This product over here, you've got no return hair. You have a Genius weft that's like perfect as is. So like, it's important that when you're talking wefts to your client or to your stylist, or you're exploring extension brands that you're going to do business with, please know wefts not only can weigh different weights, they are completely assembled differently. A Genius weft and a hand-tied weft are not the same. They might be the same color. They might be the same width, but the gram count's going to change. The taper is going to change. The lifespan of the weft's going to change. And of course, the actual manufacturing of that weft is different. So make sure that when you are trying to compare apples to apples, that you actually have two apples in both hands. You have an apple in each hand, instead of like, okay, I have a zucchini and I have an apple, right? Like, completely different products. All right. Different use. So, this product here, with hand tied, and there are great hand tied wefts out there. However, since Genius wefts came on the scene, they really have taken over the market, and for many reasons, not just the fact that there's no return hair. Like, that's obviously more comfortable for your client, but also the reason that Genius wefts have been incredible is because of the fact that you can cut them to be any width that you want. You don't have to sit here and worry about a hand tied unraveling, because they're literally made by hand. They are tied strand by strand by strand onto this thread here. Okay. So, hand tieds also take way longer to create, okay, than a Genius weft. So with that being said, you've got a product that takes multiple hours longer to create. Then you've got this product over here. This product over here is actually less expensive than this product over here. You're going to get a longer lifespan out of it than this one. So it's like, hand tied, in my opinion, like I don't use them. I really don't. I know there's people out there that do. And if that's something that's important to you, like, do your thing. But I think, like, if you have to use something that is more taking you longer time to deal with, it's costing you more, There's a chance for looping. There's a chance for your client to be uncomfortable with the return hair happening and itching their scalp. It's like, what benefits does this product provide that this one could completely blow out of the water? There is no comparison in my eyes. Obviously, if you're looking at the texture of this, and this is a different brand, okay, different manufacturer, different color scheme, different product than this over here. This is brand new, fresh out the pack. This thing, like I said, is probably, maybe 10, 12 weeks old max. This is, as far as like what was actually worn. This product over here, I don't know, future doesn't look so bright. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a product that, like, I would bet that the next time that this was actually worn, if I were to take out my extensions I have in now and I'd put this in, which I fucking wouldn't, but if I did, okay, as like some sort of testimonial for you guys. Oh my gosh, look, and it's even like shedding. Awesome. So like the likelihood of this getting better, looking better, being more manageable is like, there is no chance. This product over here, right? Number one, the tone is way nicer. It's more even. You've got a nice blend. You've got, I'm actually done looking at it because it's grossing me out. Here, take that too. All right. So we've got two length examples here. Okay. Now this color specifically, this color is Brondy Blonde. This is one of our hands down top sellers for sure. These are two different examples. So same color, you can see the consistency not only between this pack to this pack, but you can see that the root drop is the same. The highs and lows are the same. The consistency of the color is the same. It is an incredible, incredible product. So it's important that when you are looking for high quality A grade hair, that you are able to see consistency from one pack to the next, from one length to the next, from one method to the next. Okay. So we have 6 methods in our warehouse and growing. Okay. So it doesn't matter if, let's say I have a brand that orders 22-inch Brondy Blonde. They're also going to order a topper in Brondy Blonde. They're also going to order K-tips in Brondy Blonde and 18s. It doesn't matter what they're ordering. Everything looks the same. Everything looks the same. It shows up the same. It's got the same quality, the same color, the same texture. It's got the same root drop. You don't have, one's not less shiny than the other. It's important that you guys have consistency. And a lot of times when you own a salon or you're a stylist behind the chair and you're ordering per pack for a client, right? You don't have that. You don't have so much hair moving through your hands all the time where you get to actually compare side by side the same product next to the same product. You're ordering, per client. A lot of times stylists will sit here and place it overnight early because their clients in the morning and they're like, they forgot to order, or maybe they ordered something else and it's not showing up on time and they're scrambling to try to find this product. That isn't probably helping you either. But it's important that when you do compare something, that you're actually comparing the same thing to the same thing. All right. So, there's lots of brands, guys. Like I have people like, well, how does this compare to the Bellamy? How does this compare to, Hotheads? And I'm like, it literally doesn't. Like, I don't know. I don't buy that. So, like I have pictures that people have shown me, of those brands and how that hair has lasted, end quote lasted, which, you guys have seen our content where we had this weft that literally had like a couple strands left on it. That was a Bellamy Infinity weft. That image of that weft that literally fell apart. It's important too that you understand that the width of the weft is going to be different. The taper is going to be different. A lot of times, like if you took a tape measure of this thing and you were to measure this, it would actually measure closer to 20 inches. If you take a tape measure to this, it's going to measure closer to 24 inches because you have what's called length and then you have a finished length. Okay. So towards the bottom, it starts to taper, but it's not going to start to taper until that 22-inch mark. And then it's going to taper softly to that 24-inch mark. So it's important that, you understand that not all wefts, not all toppers, not all K-tips, not all, insert whatever method here are created equally. There are differences. And the differences just at a baseline other than price. And a lot of people are like, that's the thing you hyper focus on, because chances are if you're hyper focusing on price, your cash flow is low in your salon, right? You aren't currently making a markup on the brand that you're carrying. And you're trying to play the price game. The price is right. Okay. The price will never be right doing it like that. The price is only right when you have an incredible product that you can believe in and count on, that has consistent results. It's going to provide you no work behind the chair at all. You literally can take it out of the pack and use it right away. You don't have to sit here and root it, tone it, smudge it, whatever. You certainly don't have to retone it next time or any of that nonsense. And you are able to also know that the product that you're using and that you're spending your hard-earned money on, that product is going to please over and over and over again. So the price, salons doing $1 million, $2 million a year are not asking about the price per weft. I can tell you that. Salons doing maybe 100, 200,000 or so. Owners behind the chair 5-6 days a week, feels chained to her chair, can't get out from behind the chair because she's too busy working in the business to work on it. Her team's not busy, yet she is. Can't hold down a meeting, can't attend a meeting on time, can't manage her time. Just not eating all day, not peeing all day, missing time with her family. Like that girl, which by the way, I used to be that girl. Okay. Used to be that girl. That girl asks about, well, how much is this compared to what I'm buying right now with Bellamy? The girl that's a CEO of her company that understands that she determines her margins, not the brand. She determines her margins. She decides what her pricing is based off her overhead and her goals and where she wants to be. That girl doesn't ask questions like that. So we help our clients get to step into CEO and start thinking differently about their thinking and being able to do that. If you are hyper focusing on price per weft, right? That's the same as me telling you, oh, well, this 18 is the same as this 22. Makes no sense. It's longer. There's more grams. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's the same color. Yeah, it's the same product, but this has a price difference. Okay. So there's thousands of options of SKUs and links and colors and methods and all the things. Like your margins when you build your own brand are your margins. It depends on, okay, are you buying in bulk? Are you buying singles? Are you having a hair wall in your salon? Are you going to do the whole per pack thing? Are you planning ahead? Are you ordering at the last second and having to overnight? Like those are all things that determine the price. And it also comes down to what your goals are and your debt as well as a business owner. Do you have a lot of debt? Are you paying yourself? Are you earning money as an owner? Are you only earning money as a hairstylist? For us to be able to give you that answer, a blanket statement answer, is literally impossible. That's like you driving up to somebody, it's like these funny memes on Instagram. It's like a client that drives up and they just roll their window down. They're like, how much? And you're like, for what? How long? What do you want done? How, what's your hair history? Like there's all these other supplemental questions that have to be asked to determine how much. And like I said, I want to challenge you guys when it comes to quality. I'm not just talking the hairs, okay? I'm talking about even like your business, like the quality of your business, like thinking differently, having a different outlook when it comes to the different decisions you're making in your business. There are people that buy, Kirkland's brand water and put that in their salon. There's people that buy Fiji like me and put that in their salon. There is a perceived value. Okay. Does it cost more to have the Fiji water in the fridge? Yeah, it does. But the perceived value is higher. Okay. And guess what? We just build it into our margin. Not a big deal. Do we serve champagne? Hell yeah, we do. Do we serve Alani's? Yes, we do. Do we serve probiotic drinks for our clients and organic snacks and bougie little espresso martinis? Yes, we do. But it doesn't mean that I'm less profitable because I do. I build it into my margin and my budget to allow for it. Okay. And guess what that does? My pricing is based off these things happening in my business. These are my non-negotiables. So so when you guys are having a conversation about quality in any sense of the word, like it could be hair extensions, it could be retail, it could be this or that, there is absolutely no benefit to you having the cheapest install in town. There is absolutely no benefit of you carrying a brand that your client can scoop up at their local Walgreens or CVS. I just went into CVS yesterday because I've been sick the last couple weeks, and I'm like, I always do a pass down the hair care aisle. I mean, it honestly grosses me out, guys, but I always do a pass. I'm like, all right, let's see what brands they got today. And you've got Bedhead, you've got Paul Mitchell, you've got Amika, you've got Redken, you have Schwarzkopf, you have Sebastian, you have all of these different brands. And I've even seen R&Co on the shelves of CVS and Walgreens before. And it's like, okay, well, you could argue, okay, maybe it's not the real thing. Maybe it's a dupe. Maybe it's counterfeit. Maybe it's black market, whatever. It might be the real thing. That brand might have sold a small amount to that particular region. And, people, there's all kinds of stuff happening. That's a big business over there. All those brands I just talked to you about, look up the valuation of them. Ask ChatGPT, what's the valuation of Paul Mitchell? I'm sure your jaw will hit the floor. Was it once a brand that was high quality and in high demand and prestige? Yes. Has that dwindled with time? Absolutely. So, when you are deciding to do business with an extension brand, or you're going to start your own brand, or whatever it is that you're going to go do, make sure that you know what quality, number one, that's important to you to have and keep, and that you are absolutely relentless about protecting that quality. And you're not willing to cut corners. You're not willing to use a cheaper product or allow your client to bring in a brand of hair like Aqua or Hot Heads or some other lower quality brand, because you know that when installed is your reputation. We do not allow clients to bring in their own hair. No way, no how. Not doing it. Want to know why? Because I can't guarantee that you're going to be happy. I can give you the best install in the world, but if I just sewed a Brillo pad to your head, I can't. Guess what the experience is? The experience is, my hair is dry, my hair is tingly, my hair is this. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be like this, right? It could be like you using a higher quality brand, even if it's not this, whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat. But if you are purely focused on price, you're really asking the wrong questions. The question that needs to be asked is, what kind of quality do I want to have in my business? What kind of quality of, what kind of income level do I want to earn in my business? And then we work backwards to determine price. Then we work backwards to determine what those amenities are for your clients, what those brands are that you're going to carry, what type of perks and things are you going to have available for your clients. I can tell you there are so many salons just in our area alone that, number one, we help because they're really struggling. Number two, there's a lot of salons that are like, 25% off this, 30% off that. And I'm like, dude, things are bad. Like, I can't even tell you the last time. I don't even know if we've ever done that. 25% off of a service. No, hold the line. If you're willing to discount stuff down to make a quick buck, you're not thinking about the bigger picture. You're not thinking about the end all be all of what's there for you. And you're sure as shit not thinking about your margin, if that's even possible. Most salons, especially commission salons, you can kiss 50 to 55% of your top line revenue away. And then you've got 45 to 50% left over. What are you doing with it? And when you start, can I have that back, that rowdy mess over there? When you're looking at a product like this, and you're thinking that that's going to give you a luxury experience for your client, that your client's going to send her luxury friends and do upgrades with you and add extra wefts at her appointment, and she's going to, post about you on Instagram, this is the surest way to get a negative review on your Google page. I can tell you that. And a lot of times, guys, you just don't know that there's something else out there. You just don't know because you haven't tried it. Or maybe you haven't tried it because it's more expensive. Well, if you're getting stuff like this, and this is the kind of shit you're working with behind the chair, the only way to go is up. I can tell you that. But it's important that as you want to have higher results in your business, you want to earn more in your business, you want to have a better reputation in your business, you want to be the place that everybody goes to get trained, to be able to get their hair extensions done. You know how many extensions we fix on a weekly basis in our salons? So many. And it's usually not the install, guys. The install is like not the greatest, or they've got or the decision making, like a blonde weft against a dark root, like straight to jail. Like I always say that, like that's like the worst. But it's not usually the install that's the worst thing. It's typically the hair quality just absolutely sucks. And that client is more frustrated than ever with that hair that she received, and she wants them out. And we do a lot of extension removals of people who have come from other salons. But what we also are able to do, because we have hair on hand and we have a whole wall of hair, and all of our team is extensively trained in hair extensions, and they're very efficient with their time, we are able usually to get rid of this shit that they're wearing and upgrade them to this gorgeous product that they can believe in, that they can count on, that we guarantee. And my question to you is, can you guarantee the product that you're using? Is the brand that you're doing business with or buying from or ordering from, are they easy to work with? Do they stand behind you? Do they stand behind that product? Are they willing to, do they have your back? Can you guarantee the color services in your salon? Like those are things that if you are so confident and you know that you're like the only option is excellence, like that decision to guarantee that is a no-brainer, because you can fully confidently stand behind the product that you're offering. And if you're having inconsistent results and you're having unhappy clients and you're having to do support tickets all the time and things are falling apart and they're fading and you have to color them and you have to root them and you have to revive them every single freaking time, might be a good time to, watch this video on quality, educate your stylists on quality, and you can reinvent yourself as many times as you need to. It doesn't matter if you maybe have convinced all your clients that you use the best and the best is X brand. If that brand's not pulling through for you and it's not allowing you to make more money and have more time and be able to build more wealth, then, all it's doing is causing more harm than good. Might be time to look at something else. But I wanted to really break down in a real way quality as a whole, not just in hair extensions, but in business and decisions that you guys are making. And I want to encourage you to think. I want to encourage you to think differently about your thinking. And I can tell you from experience, like Drew and I, we have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars just in the last few years to get in rooms with people who are doing more than us, who are earning more than us, who are, and none of them are in the industry either. And being able to do that and be able to learn these things and figure out, okay, how do we apply this to our life? How do we apply this to our industry? Success leaves clues. And, there is absolutely no reason why you guys listening to this, why you have to go bump your head 100,000 times before you can figure out the answer. There are so many people and opportunities and information literally at your fingertips. You just have to, that moment that you start to feel uncomfortable where you're like, I'm gonna scroll, or I'm gonna pause this episode or whatever. Stay there, because that moment where you're trying to escape is usually the moment where if you hung on for just a few more seconds, you'd actually learn the thing that you need to learn to unlock the next level of your life and your business. So I'll leave you guys with that. If you're interested in exploring the idea of building your brand with us, or you're interested in joining the Salon Owner Club and being able to connect with other salon owners just like you who are wanting to elevate, who are wanting to expand their net worth and their business and everything in between, there'll be a couple links in the description for you guys below. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.